All right, hello, my fellow investors. It's the Intelligent Investor here, and in today's video, we're going to be doing a quick comparison on NIO and the future Lucid Motors. So before we start the video, use the link in the description down below to sign up with Acorns. If you guys sign up with Acorns, you're going to be entered to win a free stock. That stock will be Chevron. Also, once we hit 6,000 subscribers, you're going to be entered to win another free stock, and that is going to be Apple. So stay subscribed, stay tuned, and hit the little notification bell so you can stay aware of when this is going to happen. So let's start with the video. Now, the two stocks I'm going to be comparing is Churchill Capital, which is going to become Lucid Motors, and NIO. Now, for me, I've always criticized NIO a little bit because I feel like it is overvalued. People say it was going to be about $100 at this time, and it's not there. And again, we know why, because again, the numbers don't do it justice. What they're doing, what their future outlook looks like, it's not compared to what the EV market is doing. Now, I know a lot of people love this stock. A lot of people have a lot of hope, but you also have to see the facts. You have to not be stubborn about things. And I know people don't like me talking bad about NIO, but again, we never know what NIO is going to become. They can become something really big, and we just don't know yet. But right now, the numbers do not do it justice. The numbers are not accurate, and what they're doing is just not what works for people. And that's what I'm saying. Tesla is selling more units than NIO in China, and they're still going to be doing that. Why? Because Tesla has just a chargeable battery, and NIO, you have to keep replacing the battery, and it's just something that people don't want to deal with. The technology is not there with NIO. It's a good car. Don't get me wrong. They look nice. It's a good looking car, but the technology inside the car is not that great. Churchill Capital, on the other hand, which is going to become Lucid Motors, they're going to release their first car, Lucid Air. And again, they're going to start with the high price car, and eventually by 2024, they're going to come down to a reasonable price, which I feel like they're going to take over NIO. NIO is still more behind than they are from Churchill Capital or Lucid Motors. Lucid Motors is actually better with their technology. They work on more than just a car. NIO doesn't. NIO is just vehicles, and that's it. Their technology is okay with their vehicle, but we don't know how it's lasting. We don't know how. They haven't really tested it out, their technology, as much. They kind of did a car and released it out. On the other hand, Lucid Motors is kind of a company that's stabilized, that has been working with their car for the last few years, and they're getting things right. They're taking the same steps that Tesla did. I mean, they're going to move a little quicker because more of the technology is out there now, and they're going to be working with that. So honestly, I do believe that Lucid Motors is going to completely wipe out NIO. Not wipe them out completely, but I mean here in the US. People are thinking that NIO is going to come to the US and it was going to be an affordable EV car and stuff, but I don't think that's going to happen. And the reason is because if you see General Motors, Ford, all these other car corporations are coming into the EV market. So they're going to be coming out with more EV cars, and NIO is not really going to have a chance over here. A lot of people don't like Chinese products, and they're not going to be purchased over here. Maybe in China they will, but anywhere else, in Germany or in the UK, I don't think it's going to happen as well. As you see, they're not interested in the car. They're not getting too much investment into it. They were popular for a moment because we hyped it up so much, and right now it's a good hype, but I think it's eventually going to die out. On the other hand, Lucid is going to keep growing. I feel like they can actually be a good, decent competitor to Tesla. I don't think they're going to be a direct competitor because I believe Tesla is in another level, and they're going to stay ahead of the game for a few years. But I feel Lucid Motors is going to be the next closest thing to Tesla. And I feel like eventually they'll get there within the next 6-7 years. So for me, like I said, I ended up buying into it. I bought a lot more shares, but I bought shares here in Robinhood to show you. I'm buying on a daily basis. Not a lot, but I'm kind of showing you that, like I clearly said with a lot of people here, that I wasn't going to buy into hype. If I would have been impatient and jumped into it when everybody did up there. I mean, I saw this stock back at, I think it was $12 when I started talking about it. And it was all speculation until I was going to wait to buy until it got announced that it was going to merge. So again, it was all hype until it actually announced that it was going to merge. And when that happened, this thing collapsed. And it kept dropping down, and I bought into it. So I bought in the first time at $32, and then it jumped all the way down to 26 or something like that, and I just kept buying and buying and buying. So I'm averaging down. I'm still buying because I still feel it's valued at about $40, and I feel like it eventually is going to overtake NIO. Once you start seeing NIO's actual results in the next few years, when things actually start coming out, I feel like NIO's going to slowly start dying out. And that's just the fact. I mean, it's just, I'm not trying to diss on it or anything. I know a lot of people, again, like I said, like it. As you see, they're coming out with news that they're going to export cars, but we're going to see how they're going to sell. They're probably not going to sell too well. People don't like the replaceable battery thing. And you're just going to see in the next few years that it's going to slowly start coming down. They are not making any profits right now, so that's why I say the value is too high, because, again, they're not making profits yet. Same thing with Lucid, but they're going to be making profits within the next 3-4 years, maybe. NIO is going to take about 7 to 10 years before they start making good profits. So that's the problem with them. So, I mean, I'm just here not really dissing on anything. I'm just looking at numbers, and I'm basing my fact on that. I'm basing my facts on what they're planning to do in the future. And again, NIO's technology is way behind than Lucid Motors or Tesla. So that's something you guys have to think about. It's something that I want you to be aware of, that I think, honestly, I do think that NIO is going to come back down. It's not going to sustain a high price. It can, I'm telling you, I can't predict it, but from what the numbers are telling me and from what their future outlook looks like, I just don't see it, but it can. And if it does, prove me wrong. Those people that like NIO, I'll buy you a stock. Let's make that a little deal. But, or I'll buy you a share of the stock, sorry. But like I said, I really think that Lucid Motors is going to take over. I think once they start making the Model 3 competitor, it's going to start doing well. I think it's going to overtake it. Tesla is honestly dominating in Europe as well, in the UK and stuff. So I feel like eventually when they start coming out with their cars, Lucid Air, maybe the other ones, when they start coming out with cheaper models, then they're going to overtake that second spot. Because, again, these two are just ahead of the technology that's going to be good for the EV market, as well as Ford eventually, GM, BMW, all these companies, they're all going into the EV sector. So there's going to be just too much competition, where I feel like NIO is just too behind, and I don't think they'll keep up, and they'll just kind of slowly start dying out. Now, I know I'm going to get a lot of criticism for that. People love this company for some reason, and there's a difference. Like I say, there's a difference from obsession and craziness to being factual. For me, I'm not here to dislike any stock or any company. I always look at the numbers, and that's one thing I want you guys to understand, that when you're in the market, that's the reason that people lose money. They fall in love with the company or something like that. It's like, no, go by numbers, go by statistics, go by what their outlook is, go by who their CEOs are. You have to see all this information to actually be successful in the stock market. And this is what I'm teaching you guys, to do research so you would know which companies to jump into. For me, the only thing I did with NIO was swing trade. And after I sold back at, 63, I didn't go back into it because I knew it was just going to start going down after its high. Now, we don't know what's going to happen with NIO. It is still a hype stock. I do believe it, because its value is not there at all. Look at its numbers, look at everything. Its valuation is just overhyped. So once the market, I feel like it corrects itself, then I feel like this company is going to jump back down. But companies, like I say, I have companies like Realty Income, Chevron, AT&T, Coca-Cola, all these companies, they're companies that are well stable, that I know their fundamentals. I know everything about them, so I jump into them knowing that they're going to be good for the long term. Same thing with Lucid Motors. I feel like it's a good long-term thing. I feel like it could head Tesla numbers, and its volume isn't really too high where you can say that it's going to be doing stock splits. So I feel like eventually it's going to be doing stock splits, raise more money, and get bigger. NIO, as you see, their volume is still pretty much double of that, and they're just not doing enough. So we'll see where it goes. I hope NIO does well, but I honestly don't think it is. So only the future will tell. Again, I had a lot of people criticize me when I've criticized NIO before, because You know, they've always told me that, oh, it's going to hit 100. You'll see in the next month it'll be at 100. Look at it now. It's at 50. It's half of what you said it was going to be. And that's because the numbers don't lie, you know. So don't get caught in hype. If you're going to actually jump into stocks, do your research, know what you're jumping into, know what is a good price to jump in and what is a good price to jump out if you're going to be doing a swing trade. If you're going to keep long term, then just find a good price to buy in. CCIV, for me, it was anything under 30 or anything under 35. Its valuation is about $40, so it's still a good price to buy. And for me, I'm buying it long term, so that's why I'm doing a daily buy on CCIV at the moment. So that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about. If you guys did like the video, please like, share, and subscribe. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments down below. If you want to hate, comment down below. And yeah, thank you for everything, and I'll see you guys next time.